All right, guys, let's talk about Utah. So we got a Utah 2024 football season preview. Let's get into it. So last year, 2023 Utah, they went 8-5 under Kyle Whittingham. Now, obviously, there's a lot to discount from the season. Cam Rising went down. You switched quarterbacks multiple times. A lot of inconsistencies at receiver, running back. You had a safety come and be one of your better offensive playmakers. So a lot of things going crazy. A lot of things out of their control, to be honest. But nonetheless, they still got 8 wins. And they're probably a preseason top 10, top 15 team headed into 2024. And that's what we're here to talk about now. And the man is back. Cam Rising, quarterback, back for what? His 7th, 8th season? Something crazy like that. He's been in college for a very long time. Obviously, he started at Texas. Been at Utah for a while. And yeah, the expectations are high, and rightfully so. This is a very talented quarterback, and when he's not there, we saw what happened last year. And his running mate, Micah Bernard, is back as well. Jalen Glover. Good running back room to complement him. They also still got Sam Heward, the one-time Washington Husky, 5-star quarterback coming out of high school a couple years ago. So he is the backup. They have a more reliable backup, I'd say, this year than last year. God willing, Cam Rising, doesn't get hurt. But Money Parks, outside at receiver still. He's a jump ball threat for them. Dorian Singer, this is very enticing. Dorian Singer, what is he, a senior now? Yeah, he's a senior. But he was on Arizona prior to last year. And he led the Pac-12 in yards. And then he went to USC. Production dropped. But he's still the player he once was. So this is a very talented get. And then Micah Pittman, hopefully he's healthy this year. Very talented player. This might be the most talented wide receiver room Kyle Whittingham has had. And now he has Cam Rising back to give them the ball. So there's a lot going on there for him. A lot of good things. And then Brent Keithy might be the best tight end in the Big 12 headed into this year. Very talented player. They didn't have him last year either. They were missing him a lot. Landon King, another good tight end. So this offense could be the best in the Big 12, and the expectation should be that. I'd say them in Colorado right now. Kansas State's obviously there in Kansas, but Utah's going to be right there with those guys. Offensive line, this says they're going to have a redshirt freshman Caleb Lamu step in there. Now I remember following his recruitment, and so Caleb Lamu, Tanoa Togiai, Johnny May. Okay. Oh, Spencer right here. Spencer Finau or Finau. Well, I don't know why that was so loud. Give me 1 second. There we go. I have ads in my ear. That's crazy. That's crazy loud. Okay. So yeah, Spencer, he's a very good offensive tackle. As a freshman last year, he stepped in and played very well, and he's going to be a bright spot for that offensive line, no doubt. So, like I said, the offense, very positive things going on. Now, defense, it was very good last year. They're going to have to build off it, though. They have, where's he at? Lander Barton, linebacker. Very good. Sion Fotu at linebacker as well. Very good. Logan Finau, Spencer's brother. Excellent off the edge. Defensive line is going to be really good. Connor O'Toole, he got pushed back by Logan. And then Josh Calvert, another highly ranked recruit a couple years ago for them as well. The defensive backfield, Vaughn. I don't know, that name is familiar. Maybe because he was a good player for them. We can see Zemiah Vaughn. See if I didn't spell it right. I had 1 pick. We had 53 total tackles. Okay, 53 total tackles and 5 tackles for loss. So yeah, he was a pretty solid player for them. And he's back. Now they got Georgia Tech transfer Keenan Johnson at corner. There's a lot to like about Utah, especially on offense. I think offense is going to be a bright spot. Now for the schedule, Southern Utah to start it off. That should be a win. That's a Thursday game. Baylor, you're home. Yeah, you're home for that. You're home, so that should be a win. At Utah State, that should be a win as well. At Oklahoma State, this is their first Big 12 test. And this is a losable game. Now, Alan Bowman, the quarterback for Oklahoma State, this is going to be one of the better defenses he sees. And that could be an advantage for Utah. And if I had to pick, I'd pick them to win that game. Arizona. Now, they are home. That carries a lot of weight, being home at Utah. It's a very good home field. Arizona's going to be tough. Noah Fafita, Teratella McMillan. Like, that offense is legit. That's probably their most losable game to start the year. Then a bye week before Arizona State. That should be a win. TCU, I'd pick them to win that as well. And then at Houston, I'd pick them to win. So that 3-game stretch in between your byes. Now, you got 2 road games, and then TCU is a pretty tough game, but it's at home. Very winnable games there out of those 3. BYU, that should be a win as well. At Colorado, this is going to be a very entertaining game. It's losable for sure for Utah. Like, we've seen Utah offense just sputter and not be able to score whatsoever. And in Colorado, we know their offense is going to be good or better than last year. But we don't know about Colorado's defense, and Utah might just be able to run the ball for 300 yards that day. We don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. Iowa State, I'd pick Utah to win that game. And then UCF, at UCF, this is probably a more losable game than most would assume. KJ Jefferson is at UCF with Gus Malzahn, and that offense could be the real deal. Like, I'm talking top 3, top 2 in the Big 12, but we don't know about their defense. And just like I said about Colorado, Utah could run for 250, 300 on them. So realistic expectation, I'd pick 9-3 for them. I say that because if you lose both of these 2 games right here, I don't see you losing more than 1 here. UCF, Colorado, probably the most losable games. TCU, but you're home for that. So yeah, I'd go 9-3 for Utah this year. And hey, that could get you in the playoff. That could get you the 11 or 12 spot, depending on who the group of 5 team is. So a lot to like there. Recruiting class, they're 54th overall right now for 2025. It is what it is. We know Utah, they're not going to recruit a top 20, top 30 class every year, but they're going to get their guys and develop them. Well, we can take a look at their top prospects. Hey, they're in it for Aaron Dunn, who's a very highly rated offensive tackle. He's from Utah. And they're still in it. Going to have to beat out Oregon, USC for him. 2 bigger time programs. Jose Epinesa from Illinois. It says they're in it for him. Last thing I read about him, Miami was trending for him for a visit. That recruitment, that's going to go for a long time. That could be the second signing day. That could be when he signs. So they got some time there. Yeah, Tillman, he's going to head to Texas, it looks like. So yeah, this class, I mean, don't expect them to finish like top 30 or top 25. It is what it is. And there's nothing wrong with that. We know what Utah is as a team. So yeah, that's going to do it for Utah. I said 9-3 is realistic, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that.